You know, if we're going to be talking about Twitch on today's video, I should probably do the intro correctly. It's
a Devo!
It's been said for a while that there's no rhyme or reason as to why people get banned off Twitch. And yeah, I did a whole video going over the Twitch thought problem, how the platform seems to be inundated with hypersexualized content more suited for a site like Chaturbate, while the best we can hope for is that these channels get a slap on the wrist. Meanwhile, those people who stream video games, the thing that Twitch was actually built for, they get banned all the time. They get banned for edgy jokes or slips of the tongue. They get banned for non-controversial speech that happens to go against the politics of the people working at Twitch. They get banned for things that were once not actually ban-worthy, but the rules have since changed. And sometimes they get banned for no real reason at all, aside from the fact that somebody either more powerful than them or more determined to spam reports than them wanted to take them out. For a long time, it was suspected that the people at Twitch were simping for, and sometimes even having sex with, those Twitch thoughts, which is a big reason why it seemed like certain people could just float the rules. This was all but directly confirmed when Twitch made it a bannable offense to joke about the idea that certain channels don't get banned because they perform sexual favors for Twitch staff. Jeez, you guys didn't need to make it that obvious. But that means the problem's not just the Twitch thoughts, it's Twitch itself, its staff, its makeup, and its corporate culture. Nobody was surprised when reports of sexual assault within Twitch started dropping. And it's not just Twitch streamers doing the assaulting, like that one dyed-haired pedo guy who used his channel to lure in kids. Both Twitch streamers and Twitch employees have talked about being sexually assaulted while at conventions, live events, and even Twitch's office. It does seem to be the case that when you pull back the curtain at Twitch, it's a shit show over there. A former friend of mine, who was lost back in 2016 to Trump derangement syndrome, so I can't exactly go and get this story again from him, he used to work for Twitch, and what he described was basically a disorganized, jumbled mess of a company that could not keep up with its own growth and success. Run by inexperienced people who did have a vision, but no real idea how to actually hold an organization together and make it functional. It was considered just par for the course for Twitch when it came out last year that their new Safety Advisory Council contained a bunch of crazies, most notably this woman.
So in my spare time, I go out to my yard. In my spare time, I go out to my yard and I prance around and I eat grass. And I just watch it because it helps me feel like in tune with my dear self.
And no, the problem isn't that she's trans. The problem isn't even that she's a deerkin, as fucking dumb as that is. The problem is that she's a power-mad tyrant.
And I'm not going anywhere. I have power. They can't take it away from me. And honestly, you know, there are some people that should be afraid of me, and that they are, because I represent moderation and diversity, and I'm gonna come for hurtful, harmful people. If you're a really shitty person, I'm gonna stand up against you. Period. And Twitch is endorsing me to do that, so.
Although I gotta say, the deer thing is still pretty weird. I don't know if you know this, lady, but only male deer have antlers.
Start and come back to here, maybe. Nice and soft. Round to the back of the head. Maybe down a little bit. What's nice about forest creatures is that they'll sort of give you feedback on your scritches. And they're pretty sensitive to scritches. So scritches in different areas get different reactions from forest creatures.
Because this was just a flash-in-the-pan story that everybody has since forgotten about, I might as well inform you that all of the uproar this idiocy received didn't actually do anything. She's still on Twitch's Safety Advisory Council. She was likely told to shut up until everything blew over and she'd get to keep her job. And that's exactly what happened. So, all of this being said, who is surprised that Twitch's back end eventually got leaked? Who's surprised that it's actually a whole-ass shit show over there? Nobody. The media jumped all over this leak, talking about how 4chan hacked the company, talking about the infamous 128 gigabytes of sensitive information being spewed all over the place, talking about the incomes of the top 100 streamers on the site. Yes, Know Nothing TV was the guy who first compiled the information. That's why everybody else's screen grabs show a joke entry with his name sitting at 0. But I'm here to tell you some details that you might not have heard from other places. Yeah, everybody and their mother might be writing articles about this leak, and fair enough, it's huge, but they're all referencing the same Twitter posts of the same few people who are examining it. But me, I wanted to check it out for myself. So I did. I downloaded it, and I spent a few days combing over it. And in my opinion, the internet has simultaneously overblown some stories and also ignored some other stuff that's in there. So let's talk about it. And no, I'm not recommending anybody else get the leaks themselves, nor will I tell you where to get them. Fuck you. It's actually 125 gigabytes of data in a folder called Twitch Leaks Part 1. According to the leaker, there will actually be a Part 2 that drops next Monday, October 18th, but who knows if that's going to happen. The majority of the data in the leak is actually quite old, dating back to before 2016, although the creator payouts information is actually recent stuff. A lot of it is just the functionality of the site and the service at the time, meaning that in my opinion this data likely came from a Twitch employee who had access to legacy builds of Twitch and decided to just dump that shit onto the internet. Everybody made a big stir about the top 100 streamers by income, most notably laughing at Hassan, who likes to LARP as a communist revolutionary, while bringing in a cool $2.8 million to pay for that Beverly Hills mansion. But because it's Twitter, most people think that only the top 100 people were leaked. That's not true. The leaks contain the payouts for every single Twitch channel, from the top down. You can look up anybody, presuming you know a creator's Twitch ID, and how to decipher the numbers from Twitch bits into dollars. And while I'm not personally in the habit of releasing any new sensitive information about people that isn't already widely available, not without a damn good reason anyway, I'll just say this. Sorry, Vosh, you might not be part of the top 100, but you're still a member of the bourgeoisie. You've been living pretty good, haven't you? People are really going on about that Twitch no ban list too. This screenshot appeared on Asmongold's subreddit and began making the rounds from there, showing two individuals, RiceGum and LolTyler1, with the note, "Do not suspend, escalate violations to emails at Twitch." By the way, showing this image unredacted is one of the reasons why Destiny got himself another Twitch ban, because the publicly available emails of people at Twitch is considered doxing, apparently. The source of this is a folder called Mod Tools in an application called Better Desk. Now, it's been over a decade since I did any real computer programming, so I'm just kind of spitballing here. But to my eyes, it appears to be exactly what it looks like. A series of tools to help Twitch staff deal with channel reports. The Asmongold screenshot comes from a file called donotbanlist.log, and it appears to be a list of people who were reported to Twitch for bannable offenses, the reasons for those reports, and a short explanation as to why they are exempt from whatever specific rule they're being reported for. That .log file is referenced in donotbanmanagement.php, which appears to be a segment of code dedicated to automatically discarding any reports of the listed channels if the viewer reporting selects a specific reason from a list of possible rule violations. Here's a few more interesting things I found in the donotbanlist.log file. Firstly, a good chunk of the additions to the list were by Commander Root, which, while being a Twitch statistics bot supposedly made by a third party, also appears to have Twitch admin access. The tinfoil part of my brain makes me think this is probably actually a spy bot. The other people who entered these exemptions were various Twitch staffers and admins themselves. Additionally, multiple exemptions are for the non-gaming rule, and parts of this code reference an expiry date of 2016, meaning this segment of the code is from at least that long ago, which was an era where Twitch still banned non-gameplay streams. I remember it well. Multiple accounts that were known to be game developer test accounts were given special privileges to remain open. A large swath of accounts where underage streamers were in control of them were also given exemptions to the no children streamers rule by both Commander Root and Twitch staff. Twitch admins and global mods were given blanket exemptions to all reporting against their personal channels. Certain bots were also given exemptions that allowed them to function. And yes, privileged individuals got the VIP treatment. I will say though, it's funny to see the names Scroto Baggins, Shart Quifa, and Naggin Naggers all get username protections. That's amazing. There's a few other things of note in here too. General consensus on 4chan's technology board is this. Twitch's original code is solidly built, but all the new stuff is garbage. It really shows that the original Justin TV staff cared about their product, and when the company was sold off to Amazon, quality took a nosedive. Additionally, part of Twitch's employee agreement is that employees cannot work on any free open source software off the clock, or work on their own side projects at all, without Amazon owning those projects. They have a partner survey on diversity, which is pretty hilarious. When partners selected man, masculine, cis male, or I sexually identify as a male attack helicopter, along with many other selections, the code turned those answers into male. Same with woman, feminine, cis female, etc. into female. The general attack helicopter answer, walrus, I don't believe in gender, gamer, human, none, and demi-flatulent all became prefer not to respond, while female transgender, other, and genderqueer all became trans. They allowed for a wide variety of survey options, including jokey ones, but ultimately in the background they flattened them to male, female, trans, and prefer not to respond for their statistics. Also, Twitch was once working on a Steam Discord hybrid that looks absolutely cancerous. And yes, just to confirm, Twitch cancelled its most famous emote when it killed PogChamp. But the funniest shit has to be the training materials for the new Twitch staff. Check this out. First, there's the section on breastfeeding a toddler or infant. Users with exposed breasts or nipples while breastfeeding or pumping for the purpose of feeding their toddler or infant is allowed because this action is not sexual. You know, that current I mean breast milk, I mean breast milk, I mean breast milk, I mean breast milk meme seems to basically disprove that. However, what's really funny is the picture they use of a breastfeeding child on Twitch is actually from Twitch streamer Heather Kent, who was banned from the site for breastfeeding. Here's a bit from their identifying hate symbols section. Symbol, the happy merchant. A very common anti-Semitic meme popularized by the alt-right, featuring a person with exaggerated stereotypically Jewish features and grasping hands, meant to convey a greedy Jew. And Twitch has chosen to ignore emotes that portray non-Jewish characters in the same pose. And finally, the most ridiculous part, I still can't believe this is serious. This is from their section on bannable behaviors, and it's a dude dry humping one of his friends. Escalate this streamer. Explanation. Streamer mounts his guest and proceeds to dry hump him and massage his bum. He then starts whispering sexually suggestive comments, such as sucky sucky for $50. Although this does not violate our porn and sexual content policies, this needs to be investigated further. The correct action is to escalate. Like, this looks like two teenagers goofing around, right? Imagine being this kid. And, you know, maybe you tried streaming a bit, didn't really go anywhere. You can see he only has 63 followers. You give it up, you move on with your life. A few years later, the Twitch leaks drop. You see that a video of you humping your friend is used in Twitch training materials. Now, on the serious side of things, I understand why everybody's screaming about Twitch favoring certain creators. Fair enough. What we've seen from that don't ban list might be from before 2016, but there's no reason to believe that they've stopped using those tools. Considering the blatant one-sidedness of Twitch's enforcement, it's safe to say they've only ramped up. But this isn't the only Twitch leak. There was another leak which didn't gain nearly this much traction, and it revealed that Twitch gives every channel a brand score, which is based on chat behavior, ban history, manual ratings by Twitch staff, which includes a section for personal and professional relationships with Twitch, games played, age, whether auto mod is turned on, partner status, ESRB rating of the game currently being played, and whether or not the stream is set to mature. This brand score is used to affect ad revenue rates, as well as searchability in Twitch's algorithm and chances of appearing on the front page. For some of these things it makes sense. Some advertisers might not want their ads running on mature games, fine. But the system has built into it a way for Twitch staff to put their thumb on the scales. In my opinion, the only reason you would ban even cracking a joke about Twitch staff fucking Twitch thoughts in exchange for channels getting special privileges. Or in a more general sense, that personal relationships and friendships factor into whether or not the rules apply, while simultaneously having a system set up at multiple levels of code where the included tools allow you to reward such behavior with special privileges. All the while the people who have access to those tools are complete fucking basket cases, are because what you are being criticized for is exactly what you are doing. Alright my friends, that about does it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Not so much in terms of writing, recording, or editing. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. I love you.